It's not my responsibility. I normalize saying no.
All right.
I uproot any soul ties of attachment that has held me hostage to lower.
I'm here to tell you to take up space today.
Expressing and womaning. Take up space, sis. Got me wrong with this. I'm a fool.
Take up space.
Rest is a revolution and a luxury. I'm learning to step out of survival mode.
See what I gotta do.
I wake up to my own BS. Awareness put
so
me
good.
on. There ain't no
Yes.
put me on.
I am the blueprint.
Their true nature will be revealed.
I am the blueprint. I love Tony Jones. If you guys are not listening to Tony Jones, find you Tony Jones on any of your local anythings. She is the mom. Her affirmation songs be having me hyped, boy. Take up space, sis. That I'm no longer stuck in chapters with women who don't match my vibe. Ooh, I'm no longer stuck in chapters with women who don't match my vibe. Ow! Yes, we are going to be having a good conversation here today. About why your manifestations have not arrived for you yet. There's a reason why you don't have your manifestations yet. And we're going to talk about it. So I'm super excited. I'm just going to let Take Up Space, sis, play. Nothing will stand in the way of me asking for what I want. Come on. Let's go. I'm so excited for this. Take up space. I ain't shrinking the kid. This is real. I feel that more than anything in this world. Take up space, sis. And that's what I'm here to do, y'all. That's what I'm here to do. I hype me up. I gas me up. So today in Bible study with my wonderful family, we were having a whole conversation because this week's Bible study was in Proverbs. And so it has been off the chain because it's almost as if everything I've been talking about makes sense. Not that it didn't make sense before, but it was a very full circle moment that I needed and adored. So why are you not manifesting yet? We're going to be talking about how to manifest, what is stopping and blocking you here today. And I cannot wait for this conversation. So, I've been thinking a lot about our words, how we use our words, how we're talking to ourselves. And I realized that a lot of us are operating on a sense of autopilot, just kind of moving and grooving in the ways that we always have been. Saying and thinking the things that we've always been saying and thinking, but yet turning around and looking at our lives and wondering, well, why is nothing changing? Or why is it not getting better? Or my life is consistently lifing, right? But the reality of it is you were brought here to create. You were brought here to create. If ain't nobody told you today, if ain't nobody told you yesterday, I'm going to tell you right now, you were brought here to create. You weren't brought here to sit here as a bystander, allowing your life to just pass you by. You were brought here to create from the point in which you truly desire. And a lot of the times we'll feel guilty about our desires. Like, oh my gosh, hi, what's going on, Teresa? How you doing, boo? We'll feel guilty about our desires. We'll be like, oh my God, I'm wanting too much. Or who am I to want this? Or who am I to have these desires? But the reality of it is that desire was placed in you for a reason. That desire was not put there by accident. That want, that desire was placed in your soul for a reason. And the more that you lean into, I am worthy, I am deserving of these desires, the sooner you will have them in your current reality. So the many reasons as to why we don't have what we want yet has everything to do with how we're talking to ourselves. We have been wired to think, programmed to believe, conditioned into what we receive. I recently posted something, and I'm going to share it live, and then I'm going to do a post about it another day. But I recently posted something about how much I made in my stories in my flower business. Now, for those of you who do not know my story, I was a good little girl. You're going to see me put quotations around good for a lot of reasons, okay? Because let's be real. Well-behaved women rarely make history, okay? So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm getting out here to mess it all up, all right? I'm getting out here to mess it up. So I was being a good little girl, and I was following what my mother told me to do. And I went ahead and I got myself a good government job. And I worked this good government job, proud to work it, raised up in the ranks, right? Was doing my thing. But something was always tugging at me. You can literally ask everybody I worked with. I would be like, oh my God, girl, I started this new business. Oh my God, here's my next side hustle. Oh my God, I'm over here doing this. I'm over here doing that. And I was doing so many different things, trying to fulfill something within me. And all of these things that I was embarking upon honestly led me to this moment, which is a trip. I've been recently, I added myself to a wedding website. And so I've been recently like adding things to the website and going in and looking for flowers and looking at all the flower arrangements that I've done over the years. And I've been doing flowers for so long. I have multiple weddings under my belt, events under my belt, flower arrangements just because under my belt. I had flowers galore in my photo album, and it tripped me out. Like, girl, we've been doing this. I told a lot of my family members, can you believe I've been doing this? And so I opened up my, oh, hey, okay, my babies that came in.
We have a human.
Okay, thank you guys.
I'm a sea monster.
Oh my goodness. Okay. But in reality, the babies say hey. So in reality, when I opened up my check from last month, my second month in business, I opened up my check, and what ended up happening is I realized in this check, I've made more money in my business than I did on my 9-to-5. And I'm sitting here again. What took me so long? What took me so long to get here? I often reflect on that. And I have an answer. The answer is this. My mind. It was the way I thought. I had been programmed to believe that from my 9-to-5 is where my income had to come. I have been programmed to believe that I had to work really hard on this job to receive my said income. And in this programming, I stayed. I had been programmed to believe that my insurance was so important that I couldn't leave my good government job. I had been programmed to believe. So what I had to do was release the ideas that had been given to me. I had to release the idea that I had to stay where I was. Okay? So like I said, we've been in Proverbs, right? In Bible study. And in Proverbs, it talks about the power of the tongue, the power of your words, the power of the way you speak to yourself, about yourself, the power of how you speak to others, about others, and how you are creating. And so I'm brought back to that moment of it's up to me. It's up to me to speak to myself differently, and I did. Because let me tell you, when I quit my good government job, I didn't know where I was going to go. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know what was going to happen next. but I believed in me. I had started all these businesses. I believed in me. I had spoken life over myself. I even manifested speaking in Paris. I had believed in me. But this belief in me showed up in such a way where I had to start changing the way I spoke to myself of how I got and get to receive money. And that switching in the conversation is what changed everything for me. I receive money in expected and unexpected ways. Power of the tongue. I help and serve my community, where the women that I help and serve go out into the world and they impact the world. Speaking different to myself. Yes.
Hi
I'm
again.
on. Huh?
It's day 21 of me being 10.
Okay.
Hi
Yes.
again.
Sorry. I let the babies just, they like, she's on a live. They want to get on camera too. I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Streamer.
okay. Well, 1 second. I'm gonna bring y'all back on. 1 second. Let me finish my story. I'm in the story, y'all. I'm in the story. I'm telling my story. So you see my look on my face. I keep. Oh my gosh! Wait. Oh my gosh! I lost my TikTok live. It's hilarious. I keep my Instagram is slower than everything else, and so it comes back, and I have this look on my face like, oh my god, what are you guys doing? But the reality was I had to change so many thoughts that were in my mind. I had to change the way I was talking to myself. I had to change the way I was thinking about myself. I had to change the way I was thinking about my life, how I got to receive money. My security didn't have to be with my 9 to 5, but that's where I held my security. I have an affirmation that I'm saying right now. I am my job security. I am. Because when I show up for the people that I'm meant to impact, when I show up for the people that are around me, what I end up doing is I show up not just for them, but for me. Because it's so funny. We were talking today about wealth, also in Bible study, right? Wealth. And I want a lot of people to realize that wealth is a lot of different things. Wealth is not just financial. Wealth is wealth in your abundance in your spirit, your abundance in your friends, your abundance in love, your abundance in happiness, right? You can have an abundance of anything and everything all around you. And I'm beginning to realize that I'm so abundant and I'm focusing there, right? I'm focusing on the abundance, right? I have an abundance of amazing friends who support me. I have an abundance of time with family. Yes, Teresa, an abundance of time with family. I got my nephews and my niece here right now from the East Coast, and the time with them has been irreplaceable. You see, I love the babies. They rock with me, right? An abundance. So when you begin to look at the abundance all around you, you realize truly how abundant you are. And wealth is already a part of your life. It's already a part of what you're doing. You're already wealthy. And when you already feel wealthy, you attract wealth in all other areas in your life. So why are we not manifesting yet? We're focusing on the lack. Why are we not manifesting yet? We're focusing on the negative statements or the previous programming. If we are going to be abundant, if we are going to manifest the life that we wish to live, it is going to look like you talking to yourself like the gift that you are, talking to yourself like the gift you've been brought here to be, not just to yourself and your life, but to the world and the people around you. You are a gift. Yes. Gratitude for what we have. Come on, Teresa. My daughter asked me yesterday, she laid down with me and she goes, Mom, how are you so positive all the time? After I laughed for about 5 minutes, because the question tickled me. Like, that was a really valid question. I told her I sit with gratitude often. I sit in gratitude, with gratitude, amongst gratitude. I love the world around me. I will sit outside and be grateful for the trees, the sky. I'll be grateful for the rocks on the ground and the love in the air. I mean, it was so funny. My cousin just got married this weekend and I'm boo-hooing like a crazy person at his wedding. Why? Not because I was sad, but because I love love. And I was enjoying all the love around me. And it overcame my emotions, right? You deserve the abundance. Abundance is your birthright. So start looking for the abundance all around you today. What do you have around you today that is already abundant in your life? Okay. I have an abundance of smiles. Look at these babies that keep coming in. They smiling from ear to ear. I have an abundance of love from them. I have an abundance of love from my family. I have an abundance of love from myself. Oh! Right? So was it ever about the money? Because when I say I doubled my income from what I made on my 9 to 5 to what I made in my business last month, was it ever about the money? No. You know what I realized it was? It was about the way I loved on me. When I left my 9 to 5, that was my first step of loving me. Not doing what everybody else was telling me to do, not doing what everybody else was asking me to do, not doing what everybody else instructed me to do, but what I needed to do for me. Provides choices. Yes. I needed to do what I needed to do for me. And that love for me, that first step in love for me, that trust in me, doubled my income. So we want to think it's about the money. You know, I love talking about the money. But the truth of the matter is, the more that you love on yourself, the more that you care about you, the more that you pour into you, everything that you desire is going to flow right into your being. It's up to you. You got this. You got this. And if you feel like you don't, I'm going to be real with you. God blessed me with a program that I didn't even know needed to exist, right? This program is where we rewire the brain. And like I said, we were in Proverbs. And in Proverbs, it talks about rewiring the way that you think, right? So I'm sitting there tripping out like, wait, what, God? Like, you really gave me this program that is helping us become more like the Proverbs human, thinking and changing the way we think so we can create from the point in which he wants us to. Woo! Blew my wig off. So I'm here to let you know, inside my program, everything that we do is a rewiring of the subconscious mind. It's a rewiring of the way you think about yourself. It's a rewiring of the way that you speak to yourself. And it's a rewiring of how you manifest. You were brought here to create. You are not a victim to your thoughts. You're not a victim to your surroundings. You're not a victim, period. You are the creator. We were made in his image to create. So what are you creating next? And then here's the question. Can I help you do it? Hold your girl's hand. Let me help you do it. Because let me tell you, the women that have been in my program, the craziest part about it is they have been talking about these manifestations for years. Years. And after 2 weeks, 3 weeks of rocking with your girl, they ended up receiving all of the things that they have been dreaming about for years. Why? Because we don't just talk about manifesting, we do it, right? Every single week, you get a personalized affirmation, meditation, EFT tapping, so you can shift the way in which you think. And the most beautiful part about it is, what I love is at the end, we do one long 8-hour meditation. So you could just listen to it at night and completely rewire, reprogram, and reclaim everything that had been promised to you. Everything that you are thinking and wanting and desire was put there for a reason. A reason. It's not by circumstance. It's not by happenstance. This is not a coincidence. Now, I'm blessed. All right. You have been brought here to create in a way where you are going to not only serve you and the community around you, but you're really probably going to do a service to the world. Just because your first name, last name, you were brought here in such a beautiful way. So Man, join me, man. Join me. I got your back. I want to help you get to everything that you've been calling in. I want to help you get to the things that are your birthright. I want to help you manifest everything that's been promised to you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Okay. And you know what I did? I asked God, I said, God, bring before me the women you want me to help, because whatever you want them to manifest is really what you want them to manifest. And you want to see it come true. So do I. So bring them before me, because obviously you have an impact that they're meant to make. And so I got a spot for 10 women. Come manifest the life. Come manifest the business. You were brought here for a purpose. I'm ready to help you treat yourself like the gift that you are to this world, so you can create the life that you're meant to live. All right. Abundance is your birthright. It is your birthright. And like I said, the abundance is in everything. It's in the love. It's in the happiness. It's in the joy. It's in the friendships. It's in the family. Abundance is all around you. You just need to reclaim it. Life ain't got to be lifing, right? I sit in gratitude. I sit in joy. Why? Because I know it's my birthright. And I'm not letting no day go by without me receiving it. You see, I laugh a lot. My daughter gets so tripped out by me. Like, why in the world are you like this all the time? Because I'm like, girl, life could be so good. It could be so good when we just hold gratitude for all of it, right? So if you rocking with me, DM me, I'm ready, or go to the top of my page, book a call with me. I got your back. I love you. I will give you whatever it is that you need so you can thrive. You're not meant to just survive. You're meant to be thriving. All right? So let's thrive together. All right? Join me. I got you, and I love you. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Happy Tuesday. You're going to see me tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to go live again. Tomorrow, matter of fact, what are we talking about tomorrow? Let's talk about it real quick. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about, tomorrow we're going to be talking about the job belief you're still holding on to. What are you still holding on to that you need to release? And that's a lot of the time. Oh my God, Lori! Come on, Lori. Lori said, I can't wait to work with you soon. That's my boo. Thank you, Lori. I love you, baby. I didn't come back over to my YouTube. I'm all over the place. But I do want to say this, you are destined to have everything that you truly want, right? You're super, super destined. And we are going to be having a lot more conversations about how to get to this destiny, right? And the conversations are good. They're great. They're beautiful. They're fun. They're fabulous. But the reality of it is, unless you're actually doing the work, there is no getting to it. You're going to still stay where you're at because your brain has been programmed to keep you safe. It has been programmed to keep you still, mellow, right where you're at, right? Nothing uncomfortable. But let's be real. Within the uncomfortable, we grow. Within the uncomfortable, we expand. Within the uncomfortable, we get to the next level. Within the uncomfortable, our lives change. But we can't get uncomfortable by allowing our brain to keep us safe. So with me, you dream big. With me, you reach for your highest goals. With me, we talk good to ourselves. We talk nice to ourselves. We talk well to ourselves. With me, we love on our words. We love on the way that we're speaking. With me, we get delusional. Yes, I ask you to get delusional because you've already been where you're at in reality. It's fun here too. But when you start to have those delulu thoughts that are beyond what anybody has ever seen, that is when you're making history. That is when you're bringing the magic. And that is what I'm here to help more of us do. Get straight delulu. Get beyond what we've always been doing so we can create the life that we truly deserve to live. All right? Well, I'll be back tomorrow, though. We're going to talk about it. What job? What lover? What situationship? What friend? What do you need to let go of so you can open yourself to receiving? We're going to have that conversation tomorrow, and it's going to be a good one, okay? It's going to be a good one. So funny. I be coming here during the day, I may come here in the evening. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to come in the evening with the babies. You know what I mean? We got the kiddos all around. So they were coming in today. So I guess it don't make no difference. So we're going to come here again tomorrow. But what do you need to release so you can open yourself up to receiving? That's going to be the conversation tomorrow. I love y'all. Have a wonderful day. We'll be back tomorrow. Bye.
High vibrational food elevate my mental, affects my